Hello everyone, Sodor Railway Studios here, and welcome to another video. And today I'm going to be doing something a bit different. I'm going to be showing off my entire Thomas and Friends Take Along, Take and Play, Ertl and Adventures collection. Most of this is going to be Take Along and Take and Play, but I do also have a few Ertl items as well and some adventures stuff as well. So this big box that you see, that has my entire collection in it, though there's also going to be quite a few bits of track in that box as well, so I might have to rummage through it to get some of the engines out, but that shouldn't be too much trouble. So anyway, so I'm gonna cut the camera now and place my tripod on, put my tripod on something to stand on, and let's get started with the collection. So there we go, we're going to start the collection now, and yeah, you can see that I've got there's a couple of bridge things there that I had to take out of the box to get stuff out. So we're going to start with what is definitely the biggest item, and that is Cranky the Crane. My Take Along Cranky, which I've had ever since I was a kid, and you can probably tell because the face is yellowed a little bit, kind of. So yeah, I've had this Cranky ever since I was a kid, so I have a lot of nostalgic memories of playing with this toy. I think I always used to reenact the scene from Cranky Bugs when he topples over with this toy. I think I always used to reenact that scene. Can't actually remember if I did, but I probably did. So yeah, that's Cranky. Not the most expected character to start off with, I know, but as I said, before, I forgot to mention, this isn't going to be in any particular order, because there are a lot of characters in this box, so there's not going to be in any particular order. I'm just going to get them out as I please. So, here we go. We've got my Take Along Edward, which again I've had since I was a kid. Most of these I've had since I was a kid, actually. So that's Edward, one of my favorite characters as well. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention one thing I seemed to like doing when I was a kid. Was like coloring in little tail lamps for the characters for some of them. So I got like a couple of Sharpie pens and colored in tail lamps for them, and then as you can see on Edward, I tried making silver tire things to replicate like those like tire things they've got on their wheels. But I stopped doing that after a while. I think the only characters I've done this for are Edward and Thomas, and I think Henry as well. So I'll put Edward over to the side. Next up, here we are. We got my favorite Thomas character, Henry. I haven't had this one since I was a kid, though. This is obviously the 2013 Take and Play version. I got this one a bit later in my childhood, because I think because I did have the Take Along version, but I think something in it got broken. So as you can see, I did the same thing I tried doing with Edward, but I didn't do it on. What's odd is it's not on this side of his tender, but it is on this side. I think I changed my mind. I decided I didn't want to have it like that, like halfway through, and then obviously I did well, I want the camera focus, but you can probably see already I did the tail lamp detailing, and it's not focusing again. But even though you probably can't see it, I did colour in his lamp irons as well. So that's Henry, my favourite Thomas character, like I've mentioned before. Then we have who is next? Here we are. We've got the first female character I'm showing, and it just so happens to be my favourite female Thomas character, and that is Rosie. If the camera will focus. There we go. So there's Rosie. This is the Take Along version. I didn't color in a tail lamp for her for some reason, but anyway. So there's Rosie. Really like that face on her. It's really cute. And, yeah, the Take Along Rosie is one of my favorite models, actually. It's very, very accurate to the series, if you ask me. Right, who is next? Aha, here we are. We've got Stepney, who is another one of my favorite characters. I did a few. This is the 2014 Take and Play version. I think this is from 2014. I mean, it's probably from early 2014, because this was before they changed the style of the magnets. I do obviously prefer this magnet style though, because it makes it unique, whereas the 2014 magnets look more like wooden railway. I did do a bit of detailing on this Stepney model, and obviously this is also the version that had the taller funnel, because I think there is another version of this Take and Play Stepney that has a shorter funnel, but luckily I've got this one. I think I do also have the one with the shorter funnel, but I might have made it into something else, I don't know. But I coloured his buffers silver because for some reason his buffers were unpainted. And I gave him a tail lamp, I painted his cab windows, and I gave him ones on the front as well. So yeah, this is the Take and Play Stepney, sorry. One of my favourite Take and Play models, I've got to admit. So Stepney. And then we've got... Oh, we've got another engine who was saved from scrap. We've got Oliver, the take-along version. This one I did do a bit of detailing on. Like, for some reason, I don't know why I coloured the things on his wheels black. Maybe to indicate that... Maybe it's because he had... Because I wasn't intending to make it... As far as I know, I didn't want to give him black wheels like he did in the Railway series. I just wanted to indicate that he has black side rods in the CGI series. So it wasn't supposed to be a reference to the fact that he had black wheels in the Railway series. But I coloured in him some cab windows, and I gave him a tail lamp, and there's some cab windows I made for him on the front. I coloured his buffers black because for some reason Oliver's take-along model had silver buffers, which is a bit unusual. And I coloured his running board black because he has a black running board in the CGI series. So yeah, that's Oliver. And who better to get out next than his trusty brake van Toad, who I did a bit of modifications to. I coloured his buffer beam black, and I gave him silver buffers. I don't know why I did that. I think I just thought it might fit him. And you can tell I coloured his buffer beam black because he's got a little black mark on his face. That's from the Sharpie pen that I used to colour in his buffer beam. So that's Toad. We'll put him next to Oliver for the sake of it. I mean, because they're inseparable, so. And then, right, who's next? Oh, here we are. So we got the first Ertl model I'm going to be showing, and that is Derek. So this is one of the only Ertl models that I've got. I do have a few more, which I'll show in a second. This is might be my favourite Ertl model, actually. Yeah, this Derek model. Not just because of the nostalgia I have for it. But it's just really, really accurate to the show. I know Ertl is quite a popular merchandise range among Thomas fans for how accurate they made the models for the characters, but Derek especially I think is very accurate. So we'll put him over there. Next up, we've got Duck. This is the take-along version. This is also one of the heavier take-along models I've noticed, because it is a bit heavier than most take-along models. Not by too much, though. So yeah, I gave him some cab windows on the front and the back, and I gave him a tail lamp. And coloured his running board black, and I coloured his wheels black as well, because for some reason the take-along Duck has grey wheels, and I don't know why. But yeah, I gave him a black running board because, like Oliver, he has a black running board in the CGI series. So there's Duck. And who better to get out next than his arch enemy? Yeah, yes, Devious Diesel. Not looking too devious at the moment, but hey. I always did prefer the 2013 Take and Play models of the Class 08 diesel shunters, because they actually have side rod molds on them, which I thought was a really nice detail. So I do actually prefer the 2013 Take and Play diesel in that regard. I know a lot of people probably don't like the fact that he's smiling with the CGI face, but I've never had an issue with it. He probably could look a bit sneakier, but hey. So there's Diesel, and I've actually got another version of the 2013 Take and Play Diesel, but this time I actually coloured his side rod silver, probably to make it look a bit more like how he was in season 2. So I've got two different versions of the Take and Play Diesel. I think I've also got, because I know I used to have the Take-Along Diesel. I don't know if I still got it. It might be somewhere in this box, but I don't know. Then we have another Diesel character. We got Salty. And I always did prefer this Salty to the 2010 Take and Play version and the Take-Along version, because it actually has the correct buffer beam for him. I will never understand why the original Take-Along and the original Take and Play versions just gave him a normal red buffer beam when he's got this buffer beam in the show. So yeah, I've always preferred this version of Salty. So I'll put him there. And then I've also got the 2013 Talking Salty as well. You can tell it's the talking one because it's got this lamp. And the good thing, and the great thing about it is, it still works. Listen. Yeah, that's his horn, and of course if you hold it, you get a diesel sound. But yeah, here we go.
Ahoy there, me hearty.
Yeah.
I'm salty.
Yeah. Very. I have a lot of good memories of this. I'm not sure why they gave him his season 7 horn though, but. Which is, of course, also Patrick's horn, considering he had Derek's horn in the CGI series, but never mind. Who's next? Here we are. We've got James. This is the take-along version of James. I don't think I really did any modifications to this model other than adding in the tail lamp. I think I started giving them tail lamps around the time season 19 had come out, because in season 9, I think season 19 was when some of the tender engines ended up getting tail lamps when they hadn't had them before. Now we're going to go... Oh, we're entering narrow gauge territory with this one now. We've got Scarloey. If you're wondering why he's got that black smudge on his face, that will be because I tried colouring in his running board, which I tried colouring black, and gave him a tail lamp at the back, gave him some cab windows. Yeah, quite a lot of the paint on this Scarloey model has been scuffed off a little bit, but I don't mind that. And I coloured his buffers silver to look like season 4. So that's Scarloey. And then we have Rheneas, who I also gave cab windows at the front, and then a tail lamp, and I tried drawing a line there for some reason. I don't know why I did that, but maybe that was to replicate his CGI render or something, I don't know. Then I also gave him silver buffers to look like Season 4. And we have probably my second favourite narrow gauge engine, Peter Sam, formerly known as Stuart, of course. He also has a slight bit of a black smudge on his face there, but again, because I coloured his running board black, because I could be wrong, but I think he's got a black running board in the CGI series. And of course I gave him a tail lamp, and the same as I did with most of the narrow gauge engines, I gave him silver buffers. And then we have my favourite narrow gauge engine, that being Duncan, who I gave cab windows on the front and the back, because for some reason he didn't have cab windows on the back. I gave him a tail lamp as well, and I tried colouring his wheels black, because for some reason his wheels are white on the take-along model, but I just couldn't, the Sharpie just couldn't fit in the inside of the wheels, so it's just the outside of the wheels that are black. And gave him silver buffers, and I didn't bother colouring in the running board, because he has a red running board anyway in the CGI series, so I know some people don't like that about Duncan's CGI render, but hey. It's like I said, I actually don't mind Duncan's CGI render, but yeah. Anyway, who's next? Here we are. We've got Paxton. Again, this is the 2013 Paxton, and you can tell because it's got the side rod molds. So there we are. There's Paxton. And then we've got Toby. Probably one of the most accurate take-along models. Yeah, there's quite a lot. Yeah, there's quite a lot here, I'm going to be honest. And then here we are, we've got Gordon. If you're wondering why there's black smudges on his wheels and there's red markings on him, it's because I think I tried making this Gordon into like a custom mic, I think, but then I decided I wanted it to be Gordon again. So yeah, that's the reason why there are black smudges. There are black and red smudges on him. And I gave him a tail lamp as well. Painted on a tail lamp for him. And then we got Percy. I didn't do much detailing on him apart from the tail lamp, that's just it. It's the 2013 Take and Play Percy. And then who's next? Oh, don't want to drop it. Anyway, here we are. We've got Friendly Emerald Emily herself. Yeah, a reference to the song. I think I coloured in her silver buffers, because I think the take-along Emily already had silver buffers, but I coloured them in a bit more for extra detail, and I gave her a tail lamp as well. And one thing I was a bit confused about is how the take-along Emily's tender is a bit longer, and yet the take and play one's a bit shorter, even when it was before the 2014 redesigns. Yeah, it's a bit confusing. Anyway, here we are. Here we are. We finally reached the man himself. We've got Thomas. And I have quite a lot of Thomases, I think. So this is the normal 2013 Take and Play version of him, which I didn't do much detailing on apart from the tail lamp. So yeah, we'll put him next to Percy. I mean, they are best friends, so. And then we have Spencer, which I did. This is a take-along version. Though I did do a fair bit of colouring on this one because I actually made it. I coloured it silver with a silver Sharpie pen because it was like a grey-white colour, like it was in season 7. But of course, I've always preferred him silver. And so because I coloured over it, I had to draw the line, draw the rectangular line on his tender again. But hey, I didn't bother giving him a tail lamp because it would blend in with the silver colour. Yeah. So yeah, there's Spencer. Then we've got another narrow gauge engine here. We got Luke. This is the 2013 take and play version, and you can kind of tell because it has the white lines on the front of his boiler, whereas I don't think the 2012 one did. There's I gave him some cab windows, and I coloured in the details on his back. I gave him silver buffers as well, because I think for some reason he had black buffers on it. And I think the running board was black anyway, so I didn't have to detail it. But anyway, there's Luke. Then we have those cheeky quarry twins, Bill and Ben. And I prefer these to the original take-along ones because, again, they have the correct buffer beam style, whereas the take-along ones don't for some reason. Well, let's put them there. Try not to connect them to Spencer, but hey. Anyway, next up we've got Arthur. Not to be confused with the aardvark of the same name, who gets referenced quite a lot when talking about him. Again, I didn't do much detailing on Arthur apart from the tail lamp, but there you go. Next up we have Mavis. This one in particular, I remember getting this Mavis from a gift shop at a railway station. I can't remember what railway it was, but I remember getting this Mavis from the gift shop at the station there. Again, I don't know the name I've forgotten the name of the railway, but there you go. There's Mavis. Then we've got there we go. Here we've got Juke. Didn't do much detailing with him. I added a tail lamp on his tender. I know he didn't have one, but I imagine if he were to come back in CGI, he probably would be given a tail lamp. And I gave him some cab windows as well. So there we are. There's Juke. Then we've got Ari and Bert. These are the 2012 take and play ones. You can tell because they've got the side rod molds. I think I also got these from a gift shop at that railway station I mentioned. The same one I got Mavis from. I really do like the faces on these models, though. They look quite sneaky and devious, like Ari and Bert are meant to be. So there we go. Then we have Bertie the Bus. This is the take and play version from 2010. You can tell because I know that the 2013 one has this silver line around this door. Oh, almost dropped him there. Anyway, there's Bertie. Then we've got Trevor, the traction engine. And don't you dare start doing the Trevor children jokes because I'm sick of hearing them. But anyway. I did do a few modifications to Trevor. I coloured in his wheels to make it look more accurate to the show. Though now that I think about it, I don't think I really used the right shade of red Though that's probably because it was a Sharpie pen, so it would have blended in with the colour that the wheel already was. And then, oh, fell down the box. But I've also got the Adventures Trevor as well, which I mainly got because of the CGI face, because that CGI face is very accurate to the show. So we'll put it next to the Take Along Trevor. And then we've got Daisy. Another one of my favourite models. Does look very, very accurate to the show. We'll put her next to Mavis, because they were seen together in the Railway Series story. Then we've got Hector. The not horrid at all, as he was referred to at the end of Hector the Horrid. I do know that his coal load is somewhere here, but it's not actually in him. Might find it soon though. Here we are. So I've got two ones to show off, but I'm gonna have to do them both individually, even though they're twins. So we've got Donald, the Take Along version. And then we've got Douglas over here. We'll put them next to each other. Right, who is next? Who am I going to dig out next? Ah, here we are. We've got Harvey. This is the 2013 Take and Play version. And I prefer this to the Take Along model because it actually has a hook on his arm, unlike the Take Along one, which has a magnet on for some reason. So yep, there's Harvey. Then I think now we'll get into the pack members now, because most of the pack members are here. So we've got Jack. This is the Take Along version. I do also have a CGI style Jack, which is from an Adventures pack called I think called the Sodo Construction Crew, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, there's Jack. Then we've got Alfie, who I voice in the Sudbury Zero series as well. I forgot to mention I also voice Duncan in the Sudbury Zero series, and I also do Mr. Percival, and I've recently been cast as Connor. So yeah, there's Alfie. And I do definitely prefer this to the Take and Play one, because I don't have the Take and Play version, but I have seen pictures of it, and the face on the Take and Play model is hideous, in my opinion. Almost like the Trackmaster one. So yeah, this is a much more accurate Alfie face, if you ask me. Not sure why he's got a buck tooth, but never mind. There's Alfie. We'll put him next to Jack. And then we have a, quite frankly, tiny Oliver the Excavator, which came in the Sodo Construction Crew Adventures pack, with a Thomas and a Jack. And I say, quite frankly, tiny, because when compared to the Take Along Jack, it really is very small. So yeah, I think maybe might have been better off just getting the Trackmaster one, but never mind. So there's Oliver the Excavator. And then we have the two reckless dump truck twins, Max and Monty. Monty's definitely seen much better days. I mean, just look at him. He's half his paint scratched on his bonnet, but never mind. I do still like these models, though I think I have seen the Take and Play and Adventures models, and I think I prefer them, because I never understood why the Take Along Max and Monty had buffer beams, but never mind. Then we've got who's next? Here we've got Kelly. Kelly over there. And we've got my Ertl George the Steamroller. And I do kind of prefer this to the take-along one because he actually looks angry in this one rather than... I never understood why the take-along one had him smiling. The same goes with Wooden Railway. Then we have Butch. And one thing I don't really understand about the take-along Butch is... because in the take-and-play version from 2011 and then 2013 has a hook at the end, whereas this one has a magnet. Which is very ironic, because Butch has a magnet in the CGI series. So yeah, very, very weird, but never mind. So Butch. Then we've got Whiff. This is the CGI version of Whiff. This came with the Whiff's Banana Blooper Taken Place set that was made to promote the Spills and Thrills DVD. Which is ironic because there was never an episode called Whiff's Banana Blooper, but never mind. Then we've got Dennis. Over here. So there's Dennis. I was kind of tempted to make a reference to Dennis from the SpongeBob movie, but never mind. Then we have Norman, who is definitely looking a bit different compared to how I'm used to seeing him. Yeah, that's a reference to Norman Price from Fireman Sam. I coloured Norman's buffers silver on here because for some reason I think he had black buffers. Anyway, here we are. Right, next one is this a pack member? No, this is Patrick! You guys probably knew I was going to make a SpongeBob reference with that. Yeah, here's Patrick. And yes, I am aware that the Unlucky Tug now owns the actual prop of Patrick, and I will say he is extremely lucky to own that prop. I don't think I'd be able to take good care of a Thomas prop, especially one as big as the Patrick prop. Because when I saw the Unlucky Tug's video on it and found out he had when he was looking at it, I was shocked at how big it was. Like it is massive. Like right, who's next? Oh, here we are. We got the Ertl Boko. Might have to end up cutting the camera for a bit after this, but never mind. Anyway, here we have Diesel 10. Take along Diesel 10. And I coloured in pinchy, more accurate shade of brown to how it is in the show. So yeah, there's Diesel 10. And we got Harold the Helicopter. The rotors are a bit bent, but never mind. Let's put them next. Then we've got Jeremy. This one has definitely seen better days. You can definitely tell I've had this since I was a kid because it is really yellow on most of the body, like his face and his wings and his jets and his tail. And the only one that stayed actually white is his main interior, like where the passengers would go. So yeah, this Jeremy's definitely seen better days, but never mind. And then we've got so we've got another His Era character here. We've got Molly, one of my favourite characters from the Hit Era. And of course, I gave her silver buffers again because she has silver buffers in the show, but for some reason the Take Along model gave her black buffers. And I gave her a tail lamp on her tender. So yeah, there's Molly. Then we got my take along Whiff, which I'll put next to the take and play one. And then we got Scruff. Oh, and I dropped him. Anyway, that's Scruff. Put him next to Whiff. I mean, it would only be appropriate considering they work together. Then we have got... Oh, I really am rummaging through this box now, aren't I? Anyway, here we got Belle. This is the 2013 Take and Play one, and you can tell because it has those like hole things in the wheels. So Belle, and who better to get out next than Fiery Flynn himself. I also had his trailer on here, though for some reason they claim it to be his tender, even though it's clearly not a tender. Anyway, there's Flynn. And then we've got Rocky. I think I do have the other. I think I've got the other flatbed that he has, but we'll have to wait and see. Might be buried somewhere in the box. Then we have. Oh yeah, this was the other Take and Play Stepney I was talking about. I didn't bother doing any details to him because I preferred the one I showed earlier. You can see, and you can tell because yeah, this has got the shorter funnel. I think the one on the right, the one with the shorter funnel, I think that one was more common than the one with the taller funnel. And then we've got Spam Can or D199. The what day is it? It says 2010, so this is the Take and Play one because I think he also got released in Take Along. Then we have got Hero. I did do some detailing on him, so like I coloured that part of him silver and I coloured those things on his tender silver. There's Hero. And yeah, it's a big mess, this box. I'm gonna have to tidy up quite a lot of this. Then we got Coldy. I'll put him next to the narrow gauge engines, but he's next to Gordon, but never mind. Then we've got Neville. And again, I did some silver detailing on his tender, even on the back with the ladder. I might put him next to, yeah, I'll put him next to Hero. They're both black engines, so probably makes some sense. Let's see. Here we are. We've got Thumper. Just this one I got a bit more recently than most of the other ones. I think I got this one in 2019, I believe. I don't get why he has a magnet on the back, though, considering he's never pulled anything in the show, but never mind. We have, oh, I wasn't expecting this. We got another Jack. Put this back in the, I'll probably put this back in the box actually, because I don't need two ones. And then I've got two versions of the Fat Controller's car. The one on the right, the one on the left, sorry, is, yeah, it says 2009 on the bottom. So this one was the original Take and Play one, and this one is from I know this one came with the Sodos Celebration Pack, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Sodos Celebration Pack. There we are. And then we've got the Dory of Thomas and Friends, Sydney. This is the only one of the Class 08 shunters where I don't have the 2013 version of. Which is a bit of a shame, but never mind. Put him with the other Class 08 shunters. Then we've got... for some reason, I've only got to take along Clarabelle. I must have lost Annie as a kid. I do have other versions of Annie and Clarabelle, though, so I'm thankful for that. Then we've got D261, or Class 40. Again, I coloured his buffers silver, like they were in Season 4. Actually, I'll put him next to that Stepney, actually. And also there is quite a bit of rolling stock in this box. I'm probably not going to show all the rolling stock, but... And then we got the 2010 Take and Play Thomas. I actually coloured in his red lining at the back of his bunker on this one. Then we have, going back to the pack members for this one, we've got Ned. Probably one of the most accurate take-along models as well. And then we've got Isabella. And then we have Murdoch. And I gave him a tail lamp on that one as well. Yeah, this video is going to be a bit longer than I expected it to be. Sorry about that, guys. Then we have a snow-covered 2013 Take and Play Thomas. I think that this one's from the Reg's Christmas Surprise set, if I'm not mistaken. And speaking of Reg, here he is. And I coloured in his crane arm black as well, because I don't know why the Take and Play didn't do that, but never mind. And then we have Mighty Mac. And I gave them both sets of cab windows as well. So that's Mighty Mac. Then we've got Victor. One of the most accurate Take and Play models. Then we have his assistant, Kevin, which is another one of my favourite Take and Play models. Again, I'm not sure why Kevin's got a magnet at the back when he's never pulled anything. Though I suppose it's maybe so that they can be towed by Butch or something. Never mind. Anyway, and then we have yeah, the Orange Brat. Yeah, I think it's best we don't look at him for too much longer. And we've got Den and Dart. I didn't do much detailing with Dart, but Den I did do some detailing. I think I coloured in his lamps, I think, and I coloured a bit of silver on his buffers to make it more accurate to the show. And and I did put these like orange colourings on his wheels, probably to indicate that he's got orange side rods. Yeah, ignore the stuff that's going on outside. Here we are. I know most people probably won't want to look at him because he's not a very popular character, but we've got Charlie, who's definitely my preferred engine of this class. I much prefer him to Billy because he's a lot less annoying, even though I know a lot of people find him annoying. But did they give him? No, I didn't give him cab windows. That's funny. I think I did colour in his lamp gold, I believe, though. So yeah, that's Charlie. Oh. Really sorry about that, guys. The camera fell over. But anyway, let's carry on with the collection. So I was just about to show Gator, just as the camera fell over. This is one of my favourite take and play models, Gator. Then we've got trying to think now. Which one should I show next? Ah, here we are. We've got Hugo. Not my favourite character, I'm going to admit. He is quite a bland character, but I do really like his Adventures model. It's probably one of the most accurate to the series. And and I also like how he doesn't have any of the, I was going to say magnets, but this is Adventures, so they would have had like those hook things. I like how he doesn't have any of those because he wasn't seen pulling anything in the show. Then we have Marion, which I did some like Sharpie detailing on. You couldn't tell. So yeah, there's Marion. And then we have oh no, this isn't Timothy. Okay, I thought this was Timothy, but actually it's Sir Handel. So yeah, finally we got Sir Handel. So I gave him a tail lamp and I gave him silver buffers like in season 4. We'll put them next to Gordon, I think, because they are kind of similar in terms of personality. But here we are. Ah, here we are. Here's Timothy. Again, I coloured his buffers black and I detailed his side rods. So there's Timothy. Which one am I gonna? Here we are. Got another one. Oh, and I already dropped him. Anyway, here we are. We've got Rusty. I didn't need to paint a tail lamp on this time because he already had one moulded on. I just had to colour it in. And I coloured his buffers silver again. So that's Rusty. I seem to have another version of Butch in this box. I won't get it out though, because you've already seen him. Oh, here we are. So it turns out I kept my take-along Henry. It must have been something wrong with the tender. I think that, of course, it's rebroken. I think I remember one of the wheels on the tender broke off. And then we've got the Ertl Henrietta. I do wish I could have got the Adventures model when it got released, but never mind. So there's Henrietta. And, oh yeah, and I've also got another version of Alfie. I think here you can see, but I'm not going to get that out. You've already seen him. Oh, and I've got another Ned, I can see. And we've also got the Take and Play Duncan. You can tell it's Take and Play because it's got the CGI face. This one actually already had black wheels, thankfully, so I didn't need to colour them in. Coloured in the cab windows and the tail lamp, and I gave him silver buffers like in season 4. We'll put him next to Emily, actually, because then it'll be similar to my episode of Sodor Railway Tales, Emily's Grumpy Friend, which is the first episode of my series, as a matter of fact. And then, who's it? Ah, here we are. We've got Stanley. Also gave him a tail lamp. I think I've also got the 2013 Stanley that came in the Stanley's Construction Clash set that was made to promote Spills and Thrills. And then yeah, oh yes, here we are. Here's the 2013 Taken Place Stanley. I'll put that next to him. And we've got Byron the Bulldozer. If the camera will focus, there we go. And as of course, as you can tell, I coloured in the front of his blade silver. So yeah, there's Byron, and it seems I've got another Ned, which I won't get out because you won't see him. And then we have got Philip. There we go. There's Philip. We have Elizabeth. And then we got the Take Along Bertie. I'm not gonna lie, I do prefer the original the 2010 Take and Play version. We have a Space Thomas or Astronaut Thomas. I can't remember what this was called, but it came with like Thomas's Mission to the Moon set, I believe. And the good thing about this is I think you can take the space helmet off. Yes, you can. You can take the space helmet off. So it's basically like the Stanley in Space Take and Play toy, but with Thomas. And the cool thing about this is when you press this button on this roof, he actually talks, because there's a lamp there. It's like this. Not sure why it has Joseph May lines, but because this is the UK version, so, but never mind. And then, oh, so yeah, this is the Take and Play Annie from the Sodor Celebration set. So I do at least have one Annie, and then I think Clarabelle's probably somewhere here as well. And there's another D261 there for some reason. And we have Millie. Oh, why will the camera not focus? There we are. So we've got Millie. And then we've got Connor. This is the 2014 version because I can't remember what happens in my original 2013 Take and Play version. I know I used to have it, but I think I might have lost it or something. And then on the topic of Connor, we've now got Caitlin. So we'll put her next to Connor. And then we've got Rex, which is one of my favorite Take and Play models from the 2015 era. Trying to find some more. Ah, here's the 2015 Take and Play Clarabelle from the Sodor Celebration set. And then we've got Lady over here. I'll put her over there, I think. And then we've got, who's here? So we've got Porter, which, let's see where did I put Salty? Oh, there we go, I'll put him next to Salty. Try not to make everyone connected. Anyway, so here we got Caroline. This is another Ertl model. Put her next to Elizabeth, I think. And oh, this is an interesting one. This isn't a Take and Play model, but here's a little figure of the Fat Controller, which I think came in one of the magazines. So yeah, that's the Fat Controller. And then There's another Takeaway Salty I've got there. Ah, here we are. Finally, we have Steven. One of my favourite Take and Play models. I think I've also got the original Steven as well from when he was first seen in King of the Railway. And we've got Stafford. The camera focus, there we are. So Stafford. Oh, that's the tender from a... Because I remember back in the day, before Bert was released in Take and Play, I made a custom model of him out of another model of Rex, I believe. Yeah, I'm really sorry that you're having to hear me rummage through the box, but here we are. Here we are. We've got Axel from the Great Race. Oh, yeah, here we are. This is the banana thing from the Whiff Banana blooper set. So we'll get Whiff, and then yeah, now he's covered in bananas. I think you can also put this on any Take and Play model and it will work. Well, any steam engine, anyway. Oh, yeah, I really am having to rummage through at this point. Really desperate to find some models. What's this one? Ah, here we are, we'll get that later. So we got Captain. And then, yeah, here we are. This is the original Steven, or Rusty Steven, I think it's called, or Fix Me Up Steven, I think. I think Wooden Railway called it Fix Me Up Steven. I can't remember. Oh no, it's Steven Comes to Sodor. I think that's what this was called. This one. So we'll put him next to the normal Steven. We have You Take Along George. I'm gonna put the Ertl one, there we go. We have Samson. Not my favourite character, but never mind. You will probably want to cover your eyes as I show you this next character, because it's this guy. Yeah, it's Dash. Yeah, I'm putting back in the box you go, Dash. Never to be seen again. Anyway, then we got Freddy, or Fearless Freddy. And I've got Mike's tender here. I don't see Mike himself for some strange reason. So I'll keep that on me for a bit. Try not to connect to Millie though. And another tender there. There's another Rex in here for some reason. I don't know what that is. Oh, here's another Thomas. This one's covered in dust, I think. I don't know what set this was from. So, might have been a mine set or something. Then we've got Theo. The camera will focus. I think, I might be wrong, but I think Theo's the only Journey Beyond Sodor character that I've got. So, yeah, a bit unfortunate, but... See. Ah, this is an interesting one. This is the Ertl Falcon. Yeah, can't remember how I got this, but there we go. Now I'm gonna try Ah, here we are. This is going to be an interesting one. So this is a custom Bertram that I made out of a spare take along or take and play Juke that I had. It says 2006, so it was probably take along. So yeah, this is a custom Bertram that I had, that I made using Sharpies. We have got... Ah, here we are. Here's another character I was waiting to look at. We've got Ryan. And then we've got Ertl Lorry 3. Missing the low though, but never mind. Yeah, I might have to get some of this track out to look at the stuff. Then we got, ouch, sorry, I just hit my arm. And we got the Take Along Lorry 1. Sorry if it feels like I'm rushing through this, but it is quite tricky to look through this box. Oh, and I forgot to mention that I do have a lot of troublesome trucks, but I can't be bothered to get them out because we've got loads of them. Anyway, oh yeah, so here we are. So this was the missing flatbed from Rocky. So we'll just stick that on him. Hopefully his crane magnet doesn't connect to it too much. I might lift up his crane arm actually, that will help. And then, oh yeah, here we go. This is the take along, this is Bert, I can tell. We've got Sodor Celebration, Take and Play Thomas. We've got the Scrap Monster from Tale of the Brave. I really am rummaging through at this point. Anyway, we've got Winston. There we are. And we've got you Take Along Diesel. Hearing me rummaging through the box. Ah! There we go. So we've got Hank. One of my favourite models again. Really like this one. Arsdale Bert, a miniature engine. I'll put him next to Rex. And then yeah, I know I'm rummaging through this box a lot now. We got Vinny. For some reason his nameplates aren't texted, but never mind. I know I've got Mike somewhere because I found his tender, but custom bird I did. we are. We've got the big city engine, or the foreign engine, that was seen in Gordon Goes Foreign. Oh yeah, we got the take-along area there. Oh! This one is definitely a very unusual one. We got Mr. Percival's car, which is ironic because Mr. Percival never had a car, he has a bike. Let's see, who's next? We've got Young Bao from the Great Race. This is taking a lot. Yeah, this is going to be a very long video. I can guarantee that. Here's another one. We've got Skiff. You guys can probably tell now that I'm really rummaging through. Then we've got Raoul from the Great Race. And we've got another Great Race character, Ashima. And then, let's see, a take-along Percy and a take-along Harvey. Here we are. Here's what I was looking for. We got Mike. Because I found his tender a while back, 2 minutes ago, but I couldn't find his actual engine himself. So I'll put him next to Rex and Bert. And then have Madge, the snub-nosed lorry. One of my favourite models. And see if I can find any more I want to look at. I think that might be all that I feel like showing you. Rummage through though, because some of them might be duplicates. And there's also a lot of troublesome trucks that I can't, as I said, I can't be bothered to show any of the troublesome trucks. Oh, this would be a good one to end on actually. We've got the musical caboose. Sadly the button doesn't work anymore, but never mind. So yeah, that was that was my entire Thomas and Friends Take and Play, Take Along, Ertl and Adventures collection. So yeah, I now have to lift up the camera to show you guys. Yes, I was using a Peter Kay book as a stand for my tripod. So yeah, that's all of my take-along items that you're seeing. Let's go down here. That's the Stephen one. Oh. And yes, I'm wearing Sonic pajamas today because it's the morning at the time I'm recording this. So I'm wearing some good luck Sonic pajamas, as I call them. So yeah, I'm probably going to end up spending quite a lot of time tidying all of this up. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye everyone!